This question is from Matthew from Oakland. As I slowly become more present in my daily life, I find myself getting pulled back into unconscious thinking by family members and long-term friends. As they continually repeat the same old story involving the same old judgments and complaints, I have a hard time knowing how to react. What can you say or do to not get pulled out of presence?
And what's his name again?
Matthew.
Okay, Matthew, thank you for your question. First of all, you have to begin with Jesus' statement, "Forgive them, for they know not what they do." That would be a very good starting point. The next step for you would be to own, acknowledge, and take responsibility for your judgments. Because it's your judgment more than what they're saying or doing that's pulling you out of presence. The third thing for you to take responsibility for is how that's working within you. What is it that's catching you out of presence? What are they saying? What are they doing? What are the mechanics within you that pull you out of the present moment? Is it your judgment? Is it your feeling of your need for love, your need for acceptance, your need to belong? Also, what is preventing you from saying to them, "I don't want to hear this story any longer"? From a very loving place within you, from a very present place. That's perfectly legitimate. And you can say it with love, you can be patient, you can say to them, "I don't want to hear that anymore. Thank you, I love you." And if they persist, you can leave. What is preventing you from leaving? So at the end of the day, all the responsibility comes back to you, Matthew. What is preventing you from taking responsibility for yourself at every level? What is hooking you into these relationships that are taking you out of presence? But the truth is, we do live in a world where people are going to repeat the same old story over and over again. And they're going to complain and judge over and over again. So maybe look a little more deeply into who they are. What are they really saying? Who are they in their story? What do they need? What are they asking for but they're unable to express it? Where are they hurt? Are they angry? Are they alone? Why do they want to drag you into the story? If you can view them with that level of compassion, without trying to help them in any way, it just gives you a clearer view of who you're dealing with. And then that will help you relax out of judgment. And it'll help you realize that you can be present with them no matter what they're saying or doing. Just watch their mouth move. You don't have to hear what they're saying. Every now and then you say, "Yes, that's nice." But I don't want to make too light of this, Matthew, because it is a great challenge to continue living in an unconscious world as you begin to awaken. How do you master that? The answer is it's trial and error. You try it. If it works, good. If it doesn't, try something else. In the context of living a present life in an unconscious world. A conscious life in an unconscious world. You have to be willing to set boundaries. You have to be willing to say, "That's not acceptable to me," but from a loving place, not from judgment. Not from fear. Take responsibility for how you lose yourself in others. It's all part of the journey of arising in true mastery. Being present is not enough. You have to also be a master of your mind and ego. And all of your dysfunctional family and friends are giving you an opportunity for that. So thank them. Next time they tell you a story, or judge you, or complain, hand them a little card. Make these cards up on your computer. Hand them a little card that says, "Thank you." And they'll look at the card and they'll say, "Why are you thanking me?" And you'll say, "You're giving me the opportunity to take responsibility for how I get hooked in you, how I lose myself, how I come out of presence because of what you're saying or doing." They'll be very puzzled, but you'll know what you mean. And then suggest to them, "By the way, you might want to turn over the card." And so they'll turn over the card, and then it says very clearly on the other side of the card, "Fuck you." Then you've completed the journey. You've completed the whole thing. You'll be free. Okay, so It's a very valid question, and truthfully, that's one of the reasons so many of us find it difficult to awaken, because we don't know how to live in an unconscious world if we complete that process of becoming fundamentally present. How do I live in the world if I'm fundamentally present? I'm no longer motivated by my ego. I'm no longer lost in my story. I'm no longer driven by need or greed or ambition. I no longer need to be special. I no longer need to be loved because I am love. I no longer need to be accepted because I am acceptance. I'm not trying to have power or control over anyone, nor do I allow them to have power or control over me. I'm not taking things too seriously. I don't believe in my story when everyone else does believe in their story. How do you live in the world? The answer is trial and error. Watch what works and learn from what doesn't. And take responsibility for what doesn't work. That's where there's a block within you, something you're missing. Because there will come a point where you never get caught in unconsciousness by anyone.